Rachel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
So I wanted to talk to you last time you came in. We talked a little bit about you and your daughter, and I'll just kind of follow up and see how things are going with you guys.
Not too bad. I tried taking her out to eat like we talked about, and that seemed to go pretty well. So that was actually nice. We just kind of hung out, did something other than me trying to force a conversation.
Mm-hmm. So, were y'all able to talk about any of your issues or your, things that you were concerned about with her?
Not a whole lot. That still kind of seems to be a hard thing for us to figure out how to do. And I don't know if it's on her end, my end, both ends, I'm not sure.
Okay. So I wanted to explore with you a little bit some things I was thinking about since our last visit. Tell me about your communication with your mom or your parents. How was that when you were growing up?
Well,
what did it look like in your household?
My parents didn't seem to talk to each other a whole lot. At least that's what I saw as a kid. And then me and my mom always had some kind of issue going on. You could just feel it. We didn't always talk about it though. So, and when we did, it was a lot of fighting.
Gotcha. So is it kind of similar to what goes on between you and your daughter? If you think back to the things that y'all thought about, can you relate it, or is it similar? Is there any differences? What does it look like compared to your communication with your daughter?
That's an interesting one to look at. I would have to say, I guess it's kind of similar. It's kind of like I'm now my mom, which we all hate, right? We don't want to be like our parents.
Right.
But yeah, I guess it is kind of like how it was with me and my mom, only now I'm my mom in that role, and my daughter's dealing with me how I dealt with my mom.
So does that bring a little bit of light to your situation, if you think about it in those terms?
Yeah, I can kind of see that, how that would happen.
So tell me, how would you want to do things differently with your daughter than the way things were between you and your mom?
Well, like I said, we didn't always talk about things very much, and I think that oh goodness, some tough stuff to to try to think about.
Well, but take your time.
I guess the fact that she will start to talk to me is good. That means I guess I must be doing something a little different, because I never felt like I could do that with my mom. I don't know.
Well, that sounds good. Sometimes we react, emotionally to our children the way, that we saw our parents react to us. So that's pretty normal. It's just you decide how you want to raise your kids. Do you want to raise them the same that your parents raised you, or do you want to raise them differently? So you get to make that choice. So to me, it kind of sounds like that you want to do something a little bit different, like you want to have a closer relationship with her. Is that right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, and it sounds like we're working in that right direction. With you taking her out to eat and doing stuff like that with her, it sounds like you guys are working on getting to that point, so that's good. I did want to talk to you a little bit about things that you were concerned about with her. You were talking about the drinking, and you were talking about the maybe sexual activity. Sometimes whenever you're starting that relationship may not be the time to touch on those hot subjects, so to speak. So maybe if you can let go of that a little bit for the beginning so that you can develop that relationship with her first. And then as time goes on, she probably will be able to, talk with you more about that. And you can kind of slide those questions in without her even noticing it sometimes. So is that something that you think that you could work on with her?
Yeah, and that makes a little bit more sense to me too. I guess if we're gonna try to open lines of communication and stuff, to not maybe jump right into some of these big things, even though I want to, as a mom, take a look at these things. But yeah, I think that is a good way to do it. I think we could work on that, or I could work on that.
Good, good. Sometimes those subjects that are hot topics for us, they're more fears that we have as parents. So if we can think about, okay, so what would have been my reaction as a teenager to maybe what my mom said, to me, if you're talking about thinking about what the way your daughter was with you and the way you were with your mom, just kind of put yourself in your mom's shoes now and think about it. How did you react? So if that makes it a little bit better to think about when y'all are having those issues, those kind of conversations.
Can do that.
So I hope that helps you to resolve some of your problems. I hope that's a little bit of coaching there to help you resolve some of those problems, if that helps you.
Yeah, I think so. So I guess just try and start talking to her about just her interests and stuff, and maybe where we find we both like something, and then try to do that. And then I guess you're also saying build the trust there, and kind of leave my reactions on the back burner a little. It is good to know that it's, it can be a normal reaction though, so that's nice. But yeah, I think I can work on that. That makes sense to me.
Well, something else I wanted to do with you is maybe set some goals, because I know we only have a few more times to meet. Something that may be good for you is thinking about doing maybe a weekly type journal. Sometimes those help you with your reactions. If you can kind of write down stuff that, when you do have arguments, what happened, what was the reaction, how did I do it differently from whenever I was, the teenager and my mom was with me. And maybe by going back and reflecting on those times that you write those things down can help you with maybe changing those reactions a little bit. Would that be something you could work on?
I think so. I used to write a lot actually when I was younger, because my mom didn't talk to me too much, and there was just a lack of communication in general in my house. So that would be a good way to do it, and then I can keep doing like you said, and keep my emotions about some of these hot topics out of it, and just build the foundation.
Awesome.
That sounds good.
That would be good.
Okay,
well, like I said, we only have a few more times to meet. So the next time we get together, bring the journal with you.
Okay.
So that we can look at those kind of those goals and see how we're progressing and see what we're doing differently.
Okay. I can do that.
Well, I'll see you again next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank
you.
you.
Bye.